Any more questions before we do the last session today? Okay. We've been learning how to draw trend lines today and how to see
Oh,
where the trend line and the precision support
please,
resistance
I
joins.
want to ask one question.
Okay, sir.
Please, where we have this small trend line that you draw here,
Mhm.
above this above where this market is,
Mhm.
can't we put the precision line there?
You mean here? You mean here?
Yes. No, the other this trend line that form triangle. Yes.
Where we are
Yeah.
here.
Yes. Yes.
The precision line is there. That is the black line. It's an
Oh,
an internal one.
okay.
Why is it precision? Because uh we have hit here and gone up big time. We came, didn't
Okay.
hit, but above it went up again. Now we hit and close below it, and we have retested or used it as resistance, and we are dropping. So with these two evidences, it is a precision support line. That's why I said
Oh,
the only thing that can make us buy
okay.
again on 25 index is when price now goes above the trend line and is still above the black line. That's the only thing that can make us buy. As long as it stays inside this triangle, like space here, okay?
Okay.
As long as it keeps staying in this space here, it's the it's more likely to keep falling than to go back up.
Follow.
And also, if
Okay.
you pull it back, you could see that the black line also there was a hit here, a hit, price came below it and sold. Okay, so you could even extend the black line to here. So you have three touches. Is that clear?
Yes.
Perfect. So
Okay.
this is a point where the trend line and the precision support resistance line intersect here. So above both of them is a buy, below both of them is a sell. So this is a new sell entry. But you have to keep in mind that we've now broken external structure here by taking out this low. And therefore, there's a likelihood for a pullback. Okay, so if you that's why I said if you want to be selling, you should have caught your entry either on the blue line here or when it did the retest, either here or on the blue line. This way you should have sold, or when it broke the low, when it broke out here. This way you should have sold. Because if you want to connect trend lines from here, even up to here, okay, we got one intersection of trend line and precision support here. We went above it, we came below it, and we have cells. I hope you are seeing that.
Yes.
If you still want to pull the trend line to this side rather, like this lows rather, anyhow you want to draw a trend line, it's you. Okay, if you want to bring it this side rather, still the trend lines have been broken. Okay, here, sit here. At this point, it broke. Okay, so from here to here, this is where you should have sold. Either you sell here or sell below the low here. Okay, so these were all sell entries. But here, at this point, if you are selling where we have external break of structure, we expect a corrective or retracement or pullback. You can be caught up, but we still don't know. Okay, we cannot tell because price just broke the trend line and just came below the precision support. It's just still an early move. We don't know if it's going to just be a fake one and then return back above the trend line and go up above the precision support. We don't know. So we have to watch.
Okay.
But if you are trading, you can have a good move to the down here. But I've already also said precision support, they attract price. So it's likely it might push all the way down. I cannot tell until we allow price to keep moving. Good.
Okay.
But is your question answered?
Yes.
Perfect. So let's now see. So the most important chart pattern I want us to learn or look at is the head and the shoulder. Okay, I just like or would love to see all of you master that pattern. Okay, the head and the shoulder. So let me clear all these trend lines. And because when you now combine this precision support line, the trend line, and the chart pattern with your candlestick confirmations and govern rejection, and you have a powerful machine. Oh. So
Please
how
let
can
me ask a question.
what?
Please let me ask a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Please, the precision support and resistance line, can it be more than one in a chart?
Exactly,
Can we have more than one in a chart?
exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So here you can see I've used the blue. The main ones that I, especially the one from the higher time frame perspective, I like to color them blue. And then the internal or the less or smaller ones or less important ones, I would like to color them red or other or black. But you don't want to put a lot of lines on your chart. It becomes difficult to read. So you have to know and you use your eyes to be seeing that, okay, this area, this area, this area, or this price, this price. Okay. Because as we said right now, here is one, but I have not drawn it. Where I just put the black line is one, but I've not drawn it. So normally the thing should be like a zone. You use a rectangle to draw, but I like to use a line because the rectangle becomes a wider place where you could be tempted to take the trade. And then when you take the trade, price will still be putting in a huge loss. So that's why I've sat down to study this thing for a long time, to refine it to the point where I can find an exact, at least close to exact point or price where the move really will happen. And for this one, I'm putting it here because this is the exact place where the big bullish candle body took off from. So I don't want to use the wick, though the wicks are important. If you look at the top here, the one I drew, I put it, though the wicks were there, because the rejections from the top is a sign that sellers were there. But where the momentum came in is where the body of the candle is. That's why I put the blue line there. And the top one is still a precision support line, but it's a red line. It's not too important for me. And as you can see, always on the blue line, that's where the big move will take place. Are you getting my point? Are you getting my point?
Yes.
Okay, good. So there is one in the middle here, but I'm not putting that red line because I like the chart to be very clean. But I know touch sell, the same red line used to sell, used to buy, indication below has been used and is now selling. It's now trying to sell. What does it tell you? It's being used as both support resistance. So it's simple. So it's the normal support resistance, but I've just refined it to get a specific close point or price within the zone. Because if we are to draw support resistance zone here, we could even make it so big like something like this. Do you guys get it?
Yes.
We could make it so big like this. Okay. Um, So like I said I like to say that you all should learn or study to identify head and a shoulder pattern, and also the flag. The flag is for continuation, and the head and the shoulder, we all know double top, double bottom already. So triple top, triple bottom. So, but head and the shoulder is very important. It's a reversal chart pattern. So on this chart, how can you identify, what do you see? Do you see a head and a shoulder? So you need to train your eyes to be able to identify. This is a daily time frame. So one, um, there is, if you come to the left side here, the options here, 1, 2, 3. You can see where there are this pattern, ABC pattern. There is a head and a shoulder pattern there. You can pick that too. Now, so this is where I see the head and the shoulder. One, I see one here. Here as the left, here as the neck. And always the neck will be in a bearish head and a shoulder. The left neck, the left is going to give you the neck. And that neck line is going to be the support, the main support that you have to pay attention to. So then this place is the head. You get a left, after getting you the neckline, it will have to go up to form a head, which means it will sweep the left shoulder, sorry. After getting you the neck, then you should expect price to retest the neckline or break the neckline. In this case, it breaks. Sometimes it will not break, it will just retest it. This time it breaks. So it broke the neckline. And then once it does this, if a head and a shoulder pattern wants to form, what you are left with is the right shoulder to form. And the right shoulder cannot go above the left shoulder. If it goes above it, it should be just a liquidity grab. It shouldn't go above it even to the point that it wants to sweep the head. Okay, that is a condition for head and the shoulder. However, sometimes the market will give us double head. Okay, sometimes the market is going to give us a double head. Sometimes it will give us double left shoulder, triple left shoulder. Okay, especially if the market is in a serious range. So in this case, the move after taking the neck, the move to the upside right now should be a right shoulder that we expect. Now, our precision support resistance line happens to fall exactly at the top or the tip of the left shoulder. So our expectation is that if we are looking for a right shoulder, the right shoulder shouldn't go above the precision support resistance, because above that, we are looking for buys. Okay, so where I would target for the left right shoulder is here. And then once you get the right shoulder, where is the target? You see, the head and the shoulder pattern will give you a trend line. That is the target for the trade, like TP1 for the trade. Okay, this trend, it gave you a trend line by itself. That is the TP1 for the trade. So you see, price is very close to it here. It has to sweep it and probably retest something and then go back to it. Okay, you see, that's the TP1 for it. And like I said, head and shoulder is a reversal. So price has been buying uptrend. It forms to give us a reversal. Now, this is the case where the head, instead of getting us a right shoulder, it went above to give us another head. Are you guys seeing that? Because so at this point, many people would think it will look as if the head and shoulder pattern is not valid anymore. because it should have only stopped here and it went above even the precision support line. So this thing that happened here means double head. Okay. So when that happens, maybe you got some confirmation somewhere here and you were selling. It took you out because your stop loss will always be at the head of the head top of the left shoulder. So it took you out and gave you a double top or double head. That's perfectly fine. But the good news is that once you see price come back below, and this time we thank God that we have the precision support resistance, which could help us to get the early entry. Because if not, we will still be waiting for price to come and hit here. And it is this pullback that gave us the actual left shoulder. This one, this area now became the left shoulder here. Okay. And most times when you measure on the fib, it should be either 50% or 61.8%. So if I measure like this is 50, 61.8% most times. Okay. If you want to measure also from here to that, it's like 61.8%. Okay. So that makes it a very complex head and a shoulder. If you check here too, you can see that we have two left shoulders. This and this are on par, like equal highs. Okay, so we have two. But internally, I just drew the head and the shoulder here from this point here, here. We take the neck line out, we go up, get another head, then we come down, then we get our right shoulder here. This is the head and shoulder. So we have two heads and one shoulder. And from there, we come back down. We target the trend line that it gives us. Okay, so one thing you have to make sure is that the left shoulder will give you the neckline. This is the neckline. That neckline in a bearish head and a shoulder, the neckline is a support. Okay, the moment that support is broken, because that support was tested many times, hit up, hit up, hit up. Okay, the moment is broken, and in this case, within this support zone, we can get a precision support line. I had that line here, and I was using it. Okay, so internally, let me go to 8-hour and try to get a precision support line. So let me take the zone out. So let me put a line there. So I'll put it here. Why? Because off this place, price had bought. So I've just put it there. It's within the support zone. Now price hit it, reject, hit it, reject, close below it, which is indication that it wants to sell. This close below it also is an indication it wants to sell. But it goes up, comes on it, reject off, buys, hit up, hit up, hit up, here, hit, body close below the red line. This is good. At this time, we are below the precision support resistance, which is the internal one. Okay, watch here. We hit drop above it, hit, use it to buy. We use it to buy. Hit, go up, hit, go below, use it to sell. Hit, go above, hit, use it to buy, use it to buy. So you could see multiple times where the exact red line has been used for either a buy or a sell. And down, an indication below it to sell, another close below it to sell. At this point, all we could be looking for here is a retest. I think I waited for this retest. It never came. I waited for a retest here so that I could enter sell. It never came from here. It never gave me that chance, that retest. This candle was so big, it never gave me that retest. Okay, it didn't give me that retest. So this is it. Okay, this is it. So one, we can see head and a shoulder inside the broader view. We can see magic support resistance in. Now, this also looks like a flag. Look at, we sell to down here, price drop to this place. This looks like a flag. Are you seeing this? When this place had not, the breakout had not happened, it looked like a flag. So it makes sense to have this move. And for flag, the way you trade it, the earlier move before the consolidation, the pullback, you measure that move. And then when the breakout happen, it's likely to give you up to the same measurement of the flag. So see, we have it. So everything, you see, different concept, but the results will be similar or the same. Okay, so all these will help you to have confluence. All this will help you to have confluence. Any question about chart pattern, like the head and the shoulder? Let me see if I can also draw another head and a shoulder. So let's say, let me clear the chart. Let's say I'm here. I want to draw from down here and use this place as a left shoulder. So left shoulder, neckline, this went above it, so head. Then I get a drop down. We did not close below. Okay, so we get double head, double top. Okay, now we go up, 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 up. This is this could be, because this is another top head, but this, we could view this area as the right shoulder. And then, so what did I tell you? There will be a trend line that the head and shoulder pattern will draw for you. That trend line has, once it's broken, you are good. So the way I drew it now, look at it. You see the way I drew it? You see it? This trend line, the moment it is broken, we are good to go. What we are left with is a retest of the trend line. So if I put it back on, we've broken the trend line. And now we are here. So what do we need? Again, it's likely we will get a retest of the trend line. And then it will keep dropping. We are likely to see something like this. Okay, so this is, I mean, nobody will teach you this. You have to be looking at the market and you will use your own mental, ideas, or like you will use your own way picturing to see and observe. And then you can now draw them out. And the way you would draw it or you will see it, nobody else might see this. Somebody might see, somebody might not see. But if it works out, then you thank God that you can keep backtesting on other pairs to find it the way you found this. So let's say price goes up above this precision support and the trend line and retests this place. And then it falls. And it happens exactly as I'm seeing it right now. That is an edge now, because this thing might be difficult for others to see, but I have seen it. So is it not an edge? It's an edge. Something I can see that others cannot see easily. Okay. So any question on head and shoulder? Or should we use another pair to find it? Guys, any question on head and shoulder? And you can watch the recording again and again to remind yourself or remember. Can you speak? Can you guys speak? I want to hear from you. Any question? Can we look for it on another pair? Okay. So the last thing I want to show you before we close today, if you don't have any question now, is let's identify another one on 50 index, and then we can call it a day. So this is 50 index. This pair has been very, 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 very bearish from up. Okay. So to be very quick, the last high that has broken, this is the last significant swing high or swing reference high. It took out this low and gave us this reference low. So within this high and this low, we have a range because this previous low has been taken break of structure. So we have to measure the range, and we can see price has pushed up into discount. So the expectation is that we need to see price come down to get us a new low. That is the expectation from this 50%. Price comes to 78.6%, drop down, go up, drop down, go up, drop down, go up, and it's dropping down. The goal is for it to come to give us a new low, which means it should take this low out so that the bearish trend will keep going. That's the normal thing that we should expect. Two things. It's either it does that or it goes up. Okay, that's the two things. We have just 10 minutes. Good. So this is the general thing. I just identified the most current reference point, and I'm using it as a range. Okay, good. But if you look at this 8 hour again closely, what do you see? So what I see is that we want to identify head and a shoulder. What I see is that I see um, I see here as a left shoulder, I see here as the neck, and I see here as the head, and I see here as a break of the neckline, and I see here as the right shoulder. In the case of 25 index, price after breaking the neckline, which is the support, which is here, after breaking the support, the neckline, price went up and gave us a double head, like another head. Okay, before it dropped and gave us a right shoulder. But for this pair, consistently, we have been seeing that it's stopping here. First, second, third time, it's all stopping here. It's not going up. Which means it's likely that it might not give us a double head. And if it doesn't give, and see that the left shoulder and the right shoulder are at par. So this is how a normal head and a shoulder is supposed to look like. But like I said, 25 index on was complex. Okay, it just moved up to give us a double head before dropping to create the right shoulder. So this is it. If this is the case, then if this head and a shoulder pattern is going to hold, where is the TP? The TP is, so let's say you take your trade from the 50% here. Where is the TP? The TP is the trend line that it will give us here. So there is this trend line that it will give you. That's the TP. Another place, if you miss this trade from top here, another place that you can take the trade is, so we have a support zone that needs to be broken. So the support is hit once, twice, and we are getting hit the third time. If it breaks or get a bearish momentum that breaks through, we should take the trade on the rate test of that support resistance as resistance. We should take the trade. So this is the next, if you miss the entry from the top, this is where we can get an entry inside this support here. Okay, but it will be very difficult to get a precise price. And that's where the precision support resistance comes in. So how do we draw that? We will get a line, find a price where it has been used for both a buy and a sell. So where can we find that? I'll put it here. So right from here, price hit it, go up. Close momentum below, retested, drop. Hit, drop. Above it, buy. Price hit it, go up. But it has an indication below for a sell. Come back, go up, hit up, indication, retest, sell. So all the closing below it is a sign that price wants to drop below the red line. Let me make it blue because this is a major one. Good. Now price come back to it again, close below, but goes above and use it to buy. Now price come back to it, hit it, and just bought. Okay, so it is giving consistent indications that it wants to sell below it, but the time has not been right yet. So in case we get price coming down to close body, big body, below this blue line again, that will be our breakthrough. That's why I want us to have a sell entry or sell stop in this support. If we get us a body close there, and the TP is going to be somewhere here, our target is to aim the low being taken out. This low taken out. That's the, let's say, TP1. But the main target is for this trend line here to be hit. Okay. And if it does that, let's say price hit it, now we are hitting the blue line. We are not hitting the blue line yet. But if it hit it, it's likely it will pull back up small to give us something like a flag pattern before it sells, before it breaks out to sell. So we'll be watching. It's likely it will hit and pull up and give us a flag pattern, and that will break out and then sell to the downside. So let's observe and see. Another way I can draw a precision support line is also here. In the middle here, I've seen this high, this place. Okay. Price hit here and sold. Okay. Close big above it, use it to buy. Hit it, buy. Close below it, hit it and sell. Close above it, hit it and buys. Hit, buy, hit, buy. Oh God. Close below it, hit it, engulf, sell. close above it, hit it, buy. Indication to go bearish, but it moves up. Big body candle and a close below the blue line. What does this mean? Let me make it red and big. And this one to blue, but big. So these are the two strong precision support lines. Okay. So the insight here is that's where, so this is it. I will be looking to get an early sell entry from there. Early sell entry from somewhere here. Okay. From somewhere here into here. So I will allow price to sell. It will definitely pull back to retest here before it gives the final big move. Okay. So I now have two. Let me take all this out. Good. Okay. So is it okay how to locate head and the shoulder? Yeah. So we have the big head and the shoulder pattern itself, but let's study what is happening within this place here, just the current price action. Let me go on the 4 hour for that. 4 hour. What is the last low that gave the high? Here. This place is the last low that has given this high. Okay. That low took out this previous high, which is here. Good. So at what point are we going to say we have changed from this bullish move to a bearish move if the low is taken out? Is the low taken out, Mr. Kayode?
Yes.
Perfect. The moment the low is taken out, what do? You measure on your fib. So price has not hit where it wants to buy yet or pull back yet, but we know there is a break of structure because the last low that gave the high is taken out. So you can wait or you can